like a bad dream. A nightmare from which I know there's no awakening. I don't know how much longer I can take the spectacle. Has the whole world gone mad?
Now, I must emphasize that we've been unable to develop a cure to combat this disorder, and that we can offer only the following preventative measures.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
Peekaboo! Peekaboo! He sees you. It worked. I saw you chuckling.
That was good. I did laugh. That was good. That was good.
Oh, man. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Boogeyman Radio. It is 2025, and woo! I am the D, and over next to me, we got the C.
That's right. Best two letters in the world. What?
CDs? You CDs?
CDs. Or CDs.
CDs?
Yeah, ECs, CDs, whatever. Either one.
Well, like I said, it's 2025, and it's already kicked off with a bang.
Shebang.
Broke some big news. You got to already investigate way before I did.
Well, kind of investigate. It wasn't really investigating. We just soaked in the atmosphere, and I'm just saying, I think I manifested it, if you will.
Maybe you did.
Maybe, or it was somebody put something in someone's ear, and anyways, one of those things.
Maybe you ate something and you just like manifested it. You put that energy out. You're like, break down this energy and then
put it out there. That's right. But it was great. It was perfect. We'll go over that. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. It's only been 6 days, and whoo, man,
6 days in.
We're 6 days in. Big changes coming. Big changes.
I am a little peeved though.
What?
I ordered something back on Friday evening, and it just now mailed out.
Well, I mean, where'd you order it from?
Amazon.
Well, okay, no kidding, but like,
huh?
Do you know where the product's coming from?
California?
Okay, the snow shouldn't have affected it at all. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm a little peeved. Got a new microphone coming in. Not
sick.
Not a mic I'm going to use for this, but new camera mic, new shotgun mic from Sennheiser. I'm
nice.
pretty fucking. Oops! Don't cancel us.
It's been not even 5 minutes. You're already throwing F-bombs.
It's like 3 minutes if you include the title.
Fair enough.
But anyway, no, it's a condenser mic from Sennheiser that I'm going to put on the 4K camera.
Nice.
It's really cool. I did my research with it. Everybody uses like video mic or the Rode Video Mic Pro on their cameras. This one sounds and acts better.
Love it.
It has a built-in stabilizer and is not as wiry and bulky looking and won't bounce around, and it looks pretty dope. It's smaller too, so
nice.
It won't get in the way, so I'm pretty stoked about it. And it runs on just AAA batteries, 2 AAAs.
Heck yeah, dude.
It gives you 180 hours of record time.
Oh, that's going to be very nice.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting that.
Well, that's if the ghosts don't mess with it,
That's true. They can drain battery.
Just make sure you take plenty of SD cards. That's we know firsthand.
That's next on my shopping list. So
plenty of SD cards.
Yeah. I'll get into why, but that is something that's on my shopping list.
Well, nobody talks about that, right? Like nobody talks. Like it's always batteries or making sure your stuff's always charged.
And I know why you're talking about the SD card too.
And Jess probably knows it too.
Anyway,
it's Capandis, exactly. Always going back to Capandis. We were actually talking about the sanatorium, whatever, Arkansas. When this last weekend, and it just comes back to me as like, if that would have never canceled, if that event would have never been canceled, we wouldn't have had the amazing time that we had at Carpenter's.
Yeah, and Jess wouldn't be where she's at, spiritually, mentally, whatever.
That is so true. That is so freaking true. Absolutely. Which, speaking of Jess, hi Cassie, hi Morty.
Jerry would still be a virgin.
Yes. Sorry. What?
And maybe Cassie doesn't get baptized. She got baptized. You don't know? You didn't know that?
In a different timeline, not at Carpenter's.
Not at Carpenter's. No, she got baptized on her own. Like it was
Okay,
that's
fair.
yeah. So
I'm not gonna go into that, but anyways, yeah. So just a lot of interesting things. We'll get into how the weekend was and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. So we'll get into it. But as far as the normal stuff, how was your week?
Abnormal. New Year's sucked. It was just me planning and staying up late and getting things ready for the big reveal. And
'tis the season.
Yeah. I don't know why I chose to do it on the 1st instead of just doing it on New Year's Eve, like early New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Because I was ready. And then it's whatever. Actually, no, it's probably a good thing because I had to do some editing of the logo and stuff. But yeah, on the 1st, I made the announcement, the grand announcement that I have basically am putting to rest Haunting History. Rest in peace. That channel is no longer going to be active. It'll still be up, so you can go watch all the episodes and stuff like that, all the videos. But my focus is going to a new YouTube channel, which I'm super excited about, and it's called Ghosted. And if anybody's interested in checking that out, this is the logo. Ghosted. It's Ghost with a dash and ED, not for erectile dysfunction, but for education. And
I'm just so glad that it's red and not blue. I'm just saying.
Yes. Dude, if it was blue, I should have. Great. Here we go. We're gonna go on this tangent now.
I would have laughed if it was blue. Oh,
if it was blue, I probably would have tilted it up. Ghosted.
You definitely wouldn't be ghosted then. Anyways.
So
Okay.
anyway, you go on YouTube, you go to Get Ghosted, and you have to use the dash. Get Ghosted at Get Ghosted on YouTube. You can find the channel there.
Which some people were asking me, what is the? How did you come up with the name? And is it Ghost Education, like Ghost Ed, or is it Ghosted as in the ghosts are ghosting you?
It's just a play on words, but it is for Ghost Education.
Ah, good. So, that's what I thought.
So the show premise, basically, it is going to be me going to investigations and investigating. Yeah. A lot of it's going to be myself alone, but there's going to be some collaborative episodes where I have people from that have been on TV, people that I know very well in the paranormal community, and then some people that are like YouTubers and things like that. But it'll be us investigating and everything like that. But during the investigations, there's going to be points where, I'll take a minute to explain something like, why am I doing an EMF sweep? And the purposes behind that, just kind of there's going to be information that's out there for everybody on every level of experience.
Which I'll say too, it's actually, I think it's great that you're going to put explanations behind it, because in most shows that you see today, they just kind of do it and they'll just say, hey, this is an EMF detector. It's the purpose of energy sweep, blah, 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 blah. But they don't necessarily say why and why it's important to do it. And they definitely don't do it. I don't see a lot of shows doing base sweeps with EMF anymore, at all. So
I don't think a lot of people do it anyway.
That's fair. When you have new people that are interested in stuff like this, when they go out to those shows and they want to do it, they just take it for face value that, oh, this is all I have to do to ghost hunt. Get tech. I don't know what it does, or I don't know what the real purpose is. I just hold it in my hand, ask questions, walk around aimlessly, and see if the lights go off.
That's the beauty of it too. With the collabing, it won't be just tips and information coming from me, but it's going to be coming from the community.
Yes.
So there's going to be on collab videos where I'll have the person I'm collabing with discuss something that they wanted to discuss, or some kind of information they feel is important to share.
Yes.
With people. Some of these people could be builders of equipment that can explain why this goes off, for no reason, or why they choose to do certain things. Talking about frequencies or whatever, and I think it's important to get all that information from exterior sources, pack it all into one, put it out there for everybody. And not only do I want to add the informative pieces in the episodes, but I'm really wanting to also add like just tip videos by themselves.
Yeah.
And I did this on Haunting History a long time ago. I started to do this. I think I made like, I don't know, maybe 10 total tip videos. And I also want to include those there. So I've already started pushing this. I announced it on the 1st, started pushing it, but also I announced several things. There's a ghosted store where you can get merch, which I didn't put the link in the description.
What the hell?
I forgot about it, but I'll get that later.
Okay.
So if you guys want to see it, go back.
Well, and there is something else they can do to help you with your cause.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I also set up a GoFundMe page. I know every YouTuber starts out paying for their own way. I get it. I know. I understand. But I put this GoFundMe up to collect and raise money, not just to hit the ground running. I've told everybody that it's already going to hit the ground running. I have an investigation booked here in a couple weeks. And I'll possibly be going to do some filming next week. But it'll help me hit the ground running and get stuff done at a quicker pace.
Yeah.
Also, I have grandiose plans for the channel and the show in the springtime.
Yeah.
That plan, I'm going to go ahead and I've kind of talked about it a little bit.
I'll say, do you want to spill the tea now, or should you wait? I don't want to,
It's still in plans. It's still in the planning phase, but it is a goal, and the GoFundMe is going to help with that. My goal is to hit 11 locations in 14 days. That gives me a little bit of driving time, but if I hit 11 locations in 14 days, we all know about paranormal hangovers, right?
Oh yeah.
If you don't know or haven't experienced it, it's basically like being drunk and hungover.
Literally.
You're drained, kind of in a fog. The most I've done is 4 in a row. And that wiped me out for 2 days straight. Like a lot of sleep. Lots of sleep.
Imagine 11.
Yeah. So I wanted to do like a big trip to kind of study the physiological effect that it will have on my body.
That'll be good, and see what that might do while you're at the location.
Yeah. Also, what emotional effect it'll have on me. And spiritually, like being so drained towards the end of it, how open am I going to be to receiving, messages from the other side or experiencing things from the other side? And, those are things that like, I'm really curious about. Like, if you're exposed to the paranormal for long enough, you do tend to seemingly experience more. So if for, 11 out of 14 days, you're just in haunted location after haunted location, taking in different energies, what is that going to do? What kind of toll does that take on us? So I'm raising money for that. It's going to be over a 2,000-mile round trip. And I have several locations already interested in doing this. We just got to get some funding going.
That's right.
So please, if you guys would like to help out, the GoFundMe link is in the description of the show on YouTube.
I stand by AJ's comment. You will die.
I will die.
And Mitch,
but I will die a martyr.
A martyr, exactly. It's for a great cause. So Mitch said that he was up at 4:30 in the morning that day of Garnett, and then he stayed up till 3 a.m. I think it was later than 3 a.m., but I think it was like 3:30-ish, I want to say, when we got back. It was pretty late. It was pretty late. And we decided to drive back because I think, with the storm coming in the next day, I didn't want to take chances, and they talked about pushing the time up as in sooner. And I was like, oh, hell no, we're not staying that late. We got to go. We got to go.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
But the paranormal hangover is real.
Oh, 100%. I fully believe it. That day, I was tired by like 4 or 5. I was just like sitting in my chair like, oh.
So that's something it'll be filmed. The whole thing's gonna be filmed, and that's where the SD card thing's gonna come in. I'm gonna be having to load up on some SD cards for that.
Yeah, you are. That's a lot of film. A lot of editing too.
No. So with Ghosted,
depends on how you shoot it.
With Ghosted, there will be a lot of editing, but there's a good reason.
Yeah.
Some of the videos, some of the locations I film at will also be double filmed. So there's going to be stuff that I film for the Ghosted channel.
Oh, okay.
But I'm also going to be producing content for Dark Realm TV, which you can find on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick. So there will be episodes of Ghosted of the same location, but different aspects of the investigations.
Okay.
So the investigations will be different, evidence will be different, all that stuff. So like if I do the first half of the night for the YouTube channel, that's going to go for the YouTube channel. Then the second half of the night, I'll film for, Dark Realm.
Yeah.
Or if I book for 2 days, 1 day for this and 1 day for that. So there's going to be a lot of editing for the Dark Realm stuff, more than the YouTube channel. YouTube channel, I kind of want to make it a more personal vlogging style, kind of videos.
Mitch said Garnett was worth it.
Yes. Garnett's amazing.
Completely agree. It is. It's easily in my probably top 5, top 3, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Exactly, Jess. Yeah.
The demons will get me.
The diamonds.
And I promise I will not do a clickbait thumbnail unless it's
those are actually falling out.
Clickbait thumbnails.
Those are like thumbnails. I've noticed that I saw this guy do it. He talked about how he thinks vlogging is going to change in 2025, and we're already starting to see that change. Yeah. And it's the kind of vlogging where it's just like one person's either sitting down or relaxing and they're just talking about stuff, and them themselves are interesting, not like whatever they were doing. Yeah. And it's just them talking about something. And I was like, yeah, that's a very fair point. It's the grandfather style.
Right. So if you guys want to follow the show or follow the channel, the link for the channel is down in the description, as well as the GoFundMe. So that's out there. Now on the GoFundMe, I set the goal really low, and we're already at like 75% of that goal. Mm-hmm. I can collect more on that. So if you guys want to go past that, bless you. By a priest, not me. I can't bless people. I'm not a priest.
Right. Bless you, my son.
Yeah. Apparently they're low. Never mind. I'm not going to go into that.
Yep. Probably not. Probably a good idea.
Yep. Already being watched. But no, the more I raise on that, the more I can actually do for the channel. So
yeah,
it doesn't have to be today, doesn't have to be tomorrow, but sometime if you guys want to jump on there and help out, that'd be the way to go. And also the top three donors that I get, I'm going to take them on investigations.
What?
Yep. And we're going to film. So
that's huge.
Boom.
It's gonna be great. You're gonna have a great.
It's a high bar now.
It is a high bar. Well, it's a good incentive for sure.
Yes. So that's out there, guys. So if you want to join in on an investigation, do some filming. That's probably the easiest way, unless I already get a hold of you about filming and investigating.
You'll be in your own episode of Ghost Ed. Sorry, Ghost Ed.
Ghost Ed.
Yeah, it'll be great. And then I was gonna say from Jess's comment talking to Mitch about he was able to see multiple things in one night. It wasn't just like one small thing here, one small thing there.
So let's just go ahead
multiple and get things. Okay, cool.
You guys had a night. I was at work.
Yes,
I was a little bummed I didn't get to go. The circumstances are keeping me from going to Garnett.
Spurrier was bummed too. He was really sad to not see you.
Yeah, you'll donate your kidney.
Yeah, he said he would. I'm holding you to that.
As long as we can sell it.
I think I need a kidney, actually. We'll see. But anyways, so that day, I'd say that morning, I got up or whatever. I was about to head out to work, and Spurrier texted me and was just like, hey, I'm going to be winterizing the house. You want to come down, hang out, shoot to whatever? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? He's like, I think Jess is going to be there. And then Koopsick messaged him. He's like, hey, looks like I'm going down to Garnett too. I was like, all right, cool. And then I know Justin to mention possibly about you coming to, or seeing like if you could come down or whatever. So
Yeah,
I
he hit me
messaged
up
you,
late.
and then he messaged you, and I was like, I don't mean to bug you, but so.
What's funny is Koopsick, he will message me about stuff thinking that I don't already know. And he just like feels me out to see if I know yet. And it's like, oh, you're going to Garnett with Charles and them to winterize the house, right? He's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like, funny enough, I already know. Everybody always invites me. Like it's
exactly
not that I'm popular, but it's just like it's the thing to do.
Well, and so unfortunately I had to work that day, so I wasn't able to leave until about 6:30 ish is when we were able to leave.
Yeah.
Well, I messaged Justin and I was like, hey, I know we're not going to be investigating, but is that all right if I invite a friend along? So that's why I wanted Mitch to go, because I'd been telling Mitch my past experiences, and it was a Friday night, so it was to me it's perfect. Yeah, pretty much. So I was just like, hey, do you want to go to Garnett? Here's your chance.
Flip it up into his waistband.
Right. I was like, here's your chance, and he's kind of back and forth, like, do I want to drive back to Independence and back to Olathe? Blah, it's where I worked and where we left his car. Because I drove down there, and he's like, do I want to do it? I'm like, dude, it's up to you. I was like, it's up to you. It's your choice, whatever. But I'm telling you right now, this is Garnett we're talking about. Mm-hmm. And you and I both know, and other people I'm sure in the chat know, how active Garnett is when Justin's there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you have 2-1 for your first time going to Garnett. When I say 2-1 is because it's active when Justin is there.
Yeah.
Just how it goes. I was like, now look, this isn't going to be an investigation. We're just going to hang out. And then if anything happens, it happens. Cool. Mm-hmm. Whatever. It was only like 50 minutes to an hour away, but in the car ride, it felt like it was no time at all.
Right.
So, we get there, whatever, hanging out. There's really just, I would say things didn't really start happening until later in the night. But there were small things that were happening beforehand. Now, I don't know what Justin and Jess experienced before I got there. Yeah. But Mitch and I got there about 7:20, 7:30-ish. And then Koopsick showed up a little bit later than we did. Just like a little bit. And so we're just all hanging out, shooting the breeze, helping Justin, or kind of helping Justin. Don't want to be in the way. Yeah, well, it's a small areas. Yeah, small areas. I don't want to get in the way and mess anything up. Yeah. So we're just chilling. And at one point, we're in the attic room, not the attic itself, but the room where the attic ladder is.
Yes.
And we're all just sitting, relaxing, talking about stuff. And I think Justin had to go downstairs for something. So Jess said...
Yeah, she said there was just footsteps and sound before you got there, I guess.
Perfect. Yeah, when they were discussing the history. Perfect. So... Justin went downstairs to grab some tool or grab something. I can't remember. And I can't remember who was talking, but some of us were talking. We were talking. We were in discussion upstairs. And all of a sudden we hear Justin's voice, or myself, and I think it was Koopsick, hear Justin's voice. I'm in one of the chairs on the back end of the room against the corner. Koopsick's right to my left, pretty much next to that doorway, that middle room doorway.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I totally heard Justin's voice too. It sounded like he was talking to someone. Because I was like, oh, guys, hold on a second. Like, I thought I just heard something.
Yeah.
And Coops was like, yeah, Justin's talking to somebody. Like, just straight up, not even thinking about it. Just Justin's talking to someone, or Justin's saying something. Justin comes up. And that was right after we were talking about the mimic. Yeah. We were talking about seeing Jess was talking about seeing Justin's doppelganger. That was right after talking about Justin's doppelganger. And that voice comes through.
Sons of bitches.
Right? That's what I said.
Did he offer it, or
what?
Did he offer to show you his doppelganger?
No, he didn't. He didn't, unfortunately. But so we asked Justin when he came upstairs, like, hey, did you say anything? He's like, no, I didn't say anything. Like, why would I talk to someone when you guys are all in one room and there's nobody else to talk to? So it's like, well, you never know, dude. You might be weird. But so we think that we heard Justin's voice, and then trying to think what else happened. We definitely kept hearing some audible noises. Oh, shadows, big time shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they low to the ground, or?
Actually, it was. So the one that I had seen was about mid height. Like you'd have a tall person and then a mid, just a little bit, like not a little bit, but
My height.
No, shorter, like almost like a kid. Like it was almost like the height of a kid.
Was it in the ladder room?
In the what?
Ladder room to the attic?
It was not. It was next to the Smexy time room. Yeah, it was there. But then Kubsik thought he had seen a shadow, I think, in the room we were in, which was the couch room, and it has a bookshelf.
Yes.
I don't know what they call that. There's a doll there with a name. Can't think of what her name is. Let's see. Jess said kept seeing a shadow figure person in the upstairs bathroom and the sexy room, which that's generally where I saw that shadow as well.
Yeah.
But it was weird. It was like after Justin had installed, because he took out all the red and blue lights. He took out all those lights and just had normal lights so we could work or whatever. But after he put those lights back in is when we started to see things more. I
love having those lights on there.
Oh, yeah. So Mitch, though, this was funny. This was really, he was sitting next to me. I think he was he was sitting on the couch, and where he was sitting, he could see straight into the bathroom. Like if he just turns his head, you could see right into the bathroom from right there. Okay. He sees a beach ball move from where it was up against the wall. Like, so obviously he didn't see where it was against the wall, but he could see that it moved and it crossed the pathway of the door. And he's like, did somebody just move that ball? Just like that ball. He's like, that ball just moved by itself. I'm like, what ball? He's like, the beach ball in the bathroom. So I think Justin went to go reset it or whatever. He's like, dude, I swear to you, that thing just moved by itself. Didn't move the rest of the night. It moved by itself. And then at one point, Justin closed the middle room access door from the stairwell.
Yeah.
He went out that room. He closed the door. I'm trying to think how it was. Oh, he closed the ladder room door from the middle room. Closed that door, and then went through the middle room door to the stairwell, and the door, I guess, had closed by itself. Mitch had seen like it closed by itself. So that was odd. That was really weird.
Wait, which door closed by itself?
The middle room door leading to the stairwell.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so no. I'm so sorry. No. It was downstairs. It was the library room.
Okay.
It was that door leading into where the Bible is.
Okay.
And like basically
to the stairs.
Yes, to the stairs. That door had closed by itself.
Huh. I've never seen that door move.
I haven't either, which is why I was like, what? Weird.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So that door closed.
Why weren't you filming it?
Because I didn't bring any tech.
Hey, you, Mitch.
Oh, that's a
great question. Filming it, Mitch?
That's a great question. But so before I jump around, it is going to be kind of jump around because I don't remember the exact timeline of events.
Yeah.
But it was it was. I was getting pretty tired. So we had that. We had a couple audible voices, Justin especially. Dolls were falling, like you know what Garnett does.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually really funny because it was pretty. I would say it was pretty quiet in the beginning of the night. What I mean by quiet is there wasn't much happening.
Yeah.
But almost as soon as we all started like getting ready to go, like leave.
Mm-hmm.
Is when it all just like kicked off. Well,
just loaded.
Well, I think what it was actually Kubsik. And I'll tell you why. Okay. So we were in the couch room with I think it's the doll. I can't remember the doll's name. Pink room. Sarah. Got it. Thank you. We were in the pink room with Sarah, and we were all just sitting around. This was actually pretty early in the evening, kind of. I think Kubsik or Justin say, "Hey, why don't you call it a little bitch?" And I'm just like, "No, for one, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna. I'm not a big antagonizer. It's just not me." And so I looked at Mitch. I was like, "Hey, why don't you do it?" He's like, "No, I'm not gonna do that either." I'm like, "All right, cool." And like it goes around or whatever. And Kubsik's like, "All right, I'll just say it." What is it? Stop being a little bitch, or we think you're being a little bitch, or something. I can't remember what it was.
Just hearing that, like because I know Coop's sick and I know how he sounds and everything. I'm sure it was pretty dry.
Oh yeah. So shortly after that, though, Justin has this like outdoor metal thermometer thing, and it was leaning up against the wall in the middle room with the sink. That falls off the shelf.
Huh.
It falls off the countertop of where the sink is, and it just hits the ground. And we're all like looking around like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, because if it's leaning up against something, it's got to have some force.
Exactly. So I'm the first one to get up and go find it. I mean, I'm like, I heard a noise. Let's go figure out what the hell it is. Like, my my ghost hunting senses were like, all right, let's go find it. Let's go capture it.
Was up.
Yeah, my white people stuff was kicking in. Like, let's go hunt down the ghosts. And
something scary happening in there.
Well, gotta
investigate.
If something falls, like I'm usually the one. Like to me, if something moves or if we hear something audible, I want to go see what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just get up and I'm looking at Justin. I'm like, something just happened, and like I just make a beeline to first because I thought it was the bathroom. That's where I went to first check, and so went into that room, went to that middle stairwell, kind of looked around the stairwell. I didn't see anything. Went into the bathroom. I didn't see anything. I look into that middle room and there's something white laying on the floor, and I'm like, huh, that shouldn't be there.
I don't remember that being there.
That wasn't there earlier. Well, and yes. And then a little bit later. So, but that, like I said, that was shortly after Coops had called it a little bitch. So I was just like, of course, like that just duh. So a little bit later, I think we're just kind of like, we're not investigating, but we're like, hey, you're being a little quiet. Get something to happen. Let's do something.
Let's pick it up.
Yeah. And one of the letter blocks that Justin has there, he had three of them stacked up in the bathroom, and only one had fallen in the bathroom. That whole stack, the other two were standing perfectly still on top of each other, but the third one had fallen off and it was laying on the floor in the bathroom. I can't remember who discovered it, but we were all like, what the hell was that too?
Funny story about those blocks. On the episode of Haunting History that I filmed, I think it was season 3 or 4. I think it's 4 that I filmed with Dan Williams in the PRI there. There's an interview I did with Dan Williams. After we cut on the interview, like in that pink room, on top of the shelf, there were 4 blocks stacked up there. After I cut the cameras from the interview and started to pull the lapel mic off Dan, all of the blocks came off the top thing, and we're like, son of a bitch, were you recording? No, I wasn't recording.
Of course. And it's just, there is something with those blocks. I've definitely seen those move, or at least one of them move on its own before.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing that had happened, and I will say, you know me, I'm super skeptical of word banked phone apps.
Yeah.
If there's a word bank in it, I'm generally not going to believe it because you're going to get those word banks everywhere, every location, everywhere. But there was one that Justin was using, and I think Jess was using it as well. It does more of an AI thing. So, like, and I had asked him, it was GhostTube. And I had asked him too. I was like, well, does it have microphone permissions? Because, those apps can be suggestive. Absolutely can be suggestive.
Yeah. I mean, like, look at your Google and Facebook timelines.
Exactly.
Like, you talk about a product, 5 minutes later, you get on Facebook. Boop, there it is being advertised.
Yes.
Or there's a video for it.
Yes. And I made it a point to ask Justin. I was like, hey, does this, like, does it have access to your microphone? Does it have access to your it has access to his pictures because I think, and don't quote me, I think whatever, because it makes AI photos. And
the ghost seer.
Well, that one, but he was using YouTube as well later.
Okay.
And but some of the words that were coming through were just it had mentioned the doctor. It said the doctor's name when we were trying to leave. It said, well, both doctors actually. There was one doctor and then a lady or something like that.
Yeah.
It mentioned two people tied to the house, or at least the history of the house, were mentioned on the app as well. But anyways, as I was saying, so those were going off pretty much all night saying, I thought were interesting things, but I'll tell you right now, I don't really. And it said her full name, so that was interesting to me. But for me, I can't really recall because it was mostly the stuff that I had seen or heard right in front of me.
Yeah.
Not words from an app that I don't.
That's the thing. Like with those, even with ghost boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like throughout the whole night, you don't remember everything that came through. Like that's why it's important to like review the video footage or audio footage or audio files of those sessions. But
there was one later in the night that I will talk about here in a little bit. But before we get there, so back to what I was saying earlier, where we were all about to leave. We were all like Justin was cleaning up. We were packing stuff in the van. Dolls just started, like things started moving and falling. Koopstick had already left by this point. So it's like after Koopstick had left, it happened. Most of the activity happened after Koopstick had left. So I was like, okay, was this whatever was doing all this stuff? Was it basically like just like, oh, now the asshole's gone, like the person who called us a little bitch, whatever. But so that was really cool. It was really neat. At one point, so the part that there were two parts that got me from the entire night.
Mm-hmm.
The first one generally actually like made me jump, and it kind of made like, oh snap, like freaked me out a little bit. We were all downstairs. Justin thought he heard something upstairs, and so Jess, myself, and Jess, Mitch, and myself, or whatever, we were like, all right, well, let's go check it out, because Justin's, like I said, he was loading up his van to get ready to leave, and we were just like, all right, well, let's just go see what we can find. And we get up there, we check all the rooms. We didn't see anything on the floor, except I come up the stairwell. I go into, I don't know what room that you would call that. It's the room right across from the stairwell, right across. I don't know what room that is.
As soon as you get up.
Yeah, right when you come up the stairs, it's right in front of the stairwell. Oh, your audio is completely gone. Hold on.
Check.
There we go. I got you now. It's because I think you backed away.
I was saying, I think at one point they were going to call that the cowboy room because they had some older like cowboy boots and hat and stuff in there. But I know what room you're talking about. It's right there by the porch. The sexy time.
Yes. So that I went into that room, and then I went into the pink room. Nothing was on the floor. I think Mitch might have checked the bathroom, or he went to the stairwell and then went to the ladder room. Well, then he backed up and then went into the middle room door from the stairwell, and we both, I'm telling you, dude, we both went into the room at the same time. I came from Sarah's room. Mm-hmm. He came from the stairwell. As soon as we crossed through that door, one of the dolls, which I think was a Raggedy Ann doll, just boom, right in front of us. Literally, I kid you not, fell off the top of the shelf right in front of us. As we both walked into the room, I was just like, how in the fluff did that just happen?
Did you guys have Sarah move at all?
No, we didn't. We were trying to get her to move, actually. Okay, so here was the weird thing. So I don't know if this was just the trick of the eyes, because it's kind of like when at funerals where when you see a dead body, you're just like, you think it's moving, or you think it's moving or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, myself, or Justin, myself, and I think might have been Jess or Jason. We would look at her, and it would seem like the chair was actually moving, but she wasn't moving. Like you look at it, like you look at the chair, it looked like it may be playing tricks on you. It looked like it was moving. Yeah. But then you look at her, and it's just like, oh no, it's completely sitting still. So it was Jess.
Yeah.
So that was weird. But like I said, the fact that we both like, and I will say, you know, Mitch did good. He didn't scream. He didn't run out of the house screaming. He wasn't super scared, but it both startled the crap out of us. And I was like, oh shit, like my normal thing, you know? And, I can't remember what his reaction was, but he was startled as well.
Look, Mitch has had it good.
Oh yeah, he's been spoiled. He has been very spoiled when it comes to paranormal activity.
So what you guys don't know about Mitch is we've taken him on a few investigations, but we've taken him to like good places.
Yes.
I don't think he's actually gone to a place yet. Maybe one that wasn't like active.
Yeah.
Wasn't like a super active location.
Yeah.
But like we've taken him to Malvern Manor, you've taken him to Garnett.
But I mean, you're still gonna get that even if it's an active location, you're still gonna have nights where nothing happens.
But he's going to these kick-ass locations.
Yes. Whiteface House, where we had a hammer move, where we know it moved specifically twice.
Yeah,
like he was so freaked out that he freaking stayed out in his car. It was funny.
Like this is like he's getting like first class treatment.
Yeah.
For somebody that's never investigated.
Yeah, he's getting top-notch quality stuff. Man, so
top shelf.
Yeah, exactly. So and then the next thing, and Jess actually made a post about this on Facebook. I'm thankful she did. We were talking about I think it was like leaving because things for the ice storm and stuff like that. And I kid you not, one of the words that comes through Ghost Tube was sad. Aww. It was sad. I think it was whatever we were talking to or was talking to us was sad that we were leaving. Like it seemed like, because like literally we were about to leave and like everything just started happening, whether it be voices, things falling off of shelves, knocking noises. Like it was just a wide variety of things were happening.
Yeah.
And it was mostly when we were trying to freaking leave. And I told Mitch, I was like, this doesn't happen, dude. No, like when you are investigating, you don't leave active times. When things are happening, you're there to witness it and try to capture it, right?
Yeah.
You don't just leave.
For a reason.
Right. So for the ghost to see that we're leaving when like, things are happening, I think it was like, stay. Like, look at us kind of thing. It was so weird.
See, I've had that feeling before. The infamous night where I did the live stream and I got the hisses and growls and all that. Like I tried to go to bed, it stayed active. Like it didn't want me to go to sleep. And finally I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go. Yeah, that's when I almost died.
Of course.
But no, I get that feeling sometimes from there. Like it wants you there looking for it.
Oh, 100%.
Almost like it's a game.
100%. Jess, if I forgot anything, please put it in the chat. I can't remember everything.
But like on the same hand, you know, when it does get active, is it either trying to keep you there, trying to keep your attention, or trying to run you out? You know,
I don't think it was trying to run us out because, for one,
I think you would have heard the growls and stuff. And
oh yeah, but I did. Okay, so speaking
the
of that,
white-faced guy.
Speaking of that, I have never seen the white face guy. I've never seen that.
I've never seen it, but the one.
Yeah. Now Austin Spurrier swears that I was in that closet in the ladder room, the attic ladder room, whatever. Yeah. I was in that closet. I think we were doing an Estes session or whatever. He swears that there was something above me. Oh yeah, that doll fell out of the closet, by the way. And Justin was like, that doll never falls out of the closet. But it fell.
Out.
Yeah, the ball though, I know the ball would come off and it would move, but apparently that doll in that closet actually did fall, and we did find that and put it back up. But no, Austin swears that he saw something up there. I know other people swear that they see or there was like one girl who had she was woke up in the middle of the night by a hooved creature or something. I don't know. And
I can't 100%. Like I can't speak to other people's experiences.
I can't either, and
I've never experienced that.
I haven't either, and personally, I haven't experienced anything evil per se or really negative. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the house is creepy, but it's not like I don't feel I'm in harm by being there.
No,
I don't feel like I'm gonna turn a corner and there's gonna be an axe murderer just standing right there.
Yeah, and for me, like. Even though I've had the hisses and growls and stuff like that, I don't feel like it's evil. I think it's something pretending to be that way, maybe to try to scare you
or get your attention.
Arise out of scaring people, you know?
Yeah, give energy.
Which I'll be honest, when I heard that, I was all by myself in the house, and at the top of the stairs, I about crapped my pants.
I bet it was pretty scary.
The first one was. The second one was awesome because, like, all this was on live. But the second one, Justin jumped on the live stream, and at this point, things were happening when I was asking it to, and I asked it to do something. It made a bang sound on the stairs, and I asked to hear its voice, and then I got it to do it again.
Yeah,
on command.
It is pretty interesting that Jess makes this comment though, where she says that there are times that it feels really bad there. But I want to add to this because Spurrier has mentioned that it's actually mostly women that have those bad feelings there. Or mostly not bad things happen to women, but it's mostly women that like bad feelings happen to.
There's some negativity.
Yes. So I don't know, I don't know why. I couldn't tell you, and I haven't really investigated. Like, I think Jess and the Lindsay girl was the only one that I've investigated there as being a woman, like two women. But
I think Cassie's been there too. So
was she there? I don't think she was there with me though. I can't remember.
No, not with you.
Yeah. Mitch says Whiteface was scary. Well, you saw a doll move by itself. He freaking shot out of that cubby hole so fast, dude. Justin was actually impressed. He was very like, how do you not hit your head on the top of the, because it's such a small little cubby hole. Well, I wasn't going to say that, but okay. Sure.
I'll say it for everybody. He's small and Asian.
I'll say that he's a quick and nimble guy.
They're used to getting in and out of foxholes.
No, it's just, I thought you were going to say something else, but okay. So, no, no, but anyway, so
what were you thinking?
I don't know, but I think, also what could have been a little freaky. I mean, for me, the hammer moving, that's like a whole nother level for me.
The fact that it was a hammer, it was a heavy object. That's what's impressive.
Yeah.
So like if there's enough force to be able to move something of that weight, it's got energy. It's got quite a bit of energy.
Oh yeah. And so Jess says at the time that she felt bad, there was a girl upstairs who got the exact same pain that now they were on two opposite ends of the house, but they had the exact same pain, the exact same spot. So that's very interesting. Like,
I believe if this particular spirit is there, I believe I do know who he is.
Exactly.
That's causing it. And I think that was enough of a clue to Jess.
Yeah. And Cassie says that's where I first met Dave and John and Jennifer, which I love Garnett, dude. I wish he would get more attention. I wish he would get more investigations. People need, if you're interested if you're remotely interested in investigating, go to Garnett. It is so freaking cool. It is such a great place. Such a great place. Like I
never guarantee activity anywhere.
No.
But Garnett, you could almost do it.
Yeah, you could really almost do it. Yeah. Almost. See there. So.
Oh, there you go. Now you know why.
Yeah.
You're calling on the thunder and you got it.
Literally. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just want something to happen. Now, I'm not calling on specific things. Now, I have yet to see the Grinner either. I haven't seen it, but I know that Jess has seen the Grinner at, I think, Malvern? I think that's where she said she'd seen it.
Of all places, that's weird. I wonder,
yeah.
So Jess will understand this. I wonder if at Malvern, if somehow subconsciously that was something that was in her mind, and
maybe
there's this number one character that's there,
right?
That isn't a nice entity. I wonder if this thing has this ability to show you something you fear or something you
fears. Yeah.
So then because I know she's heard of the Grinner and all this.
Yeah.
Then going to Malvern, you're probably thinking about like, oh, when I was at Garnett or when I was at
that's what it was. She had portal mirrors. She had a mirror portal thing. So that's what I think it was. But I will say, I wouldn't be surprised if that is what number one does, because when people hear about...
Hey, thanks, William.
Thanks, William. When people hear about the whole, like, the Shadow Man hallway, right? Like, that's one of the big things there at Malvern.
Yeah.
So if number one wants to get a rise out of people, he's going to put a shadow down in that hallway, or he's going to be a shadow in that hallway and scare the crap out of people. So how do we know that it isn't one specific spirit, right? It's causing all this weird stuff to happen. Now, there's a theory of who that spirit might be. But
I think that that shadow figure in Malvern, like I've only experienced it once.
Yeah.
A long time ago too. I've been back a lot, and I've not experienced it again. So
really,
I don't know.
Yeah, I have yet to see it. I have yet to see any. I feel most of the stuff. I'm trying to think here. Most of the, like when I'm there, well, okay, the last time I was at Malvern, we did have some activity down that wing of the hallway, but it was mostly like a cat ball was lighting up in one of the bathroom, like bathtub rooms, you know?
Yeah. Was this the one with Jerry and
I believe so.
And Mitch?
Yeah, I think so. And Jess was there.
It was down in that hall. Yeah, down that hallway, Jerry and I heard
a
voice.
Yep.
As we were leaving.
Yep. Now I will say, but for me, most of the time, when I'm there, most of the activity or that I hear or witness is on the other end of the hallway. Now I'm not saying Rebecca's room specifically, but those other two rooms also
that
have
room
stuff
across the
happen
hall
too.
from hers,
Yes.
6.
Yes.
That one intrigues me. It always has ever since
Same.
I got the VP out of there saying 6.
Yeah, same. Absolutely. And I mean, I always love going to Gracie's room, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel much upstairs except the like Susie's into the hallway. Down there, I always feel so much. So much. Now,
I
catch one of the chats here. Jess said she had 2 black mirrors at Garnett, had one with her when she was at Malvern. While it could be, it felt different than number 1. So that could be, different. Which that's the thing, too, is what do you feel when the spirits happen? Kelly, good to see you, Kelly.
I just had that up.
Oh, did it again. Hand check. Got it. Speaking of Malvern, I watched a video that was about 6 months old. People sprayed luminol in Inez's closet. Appeared to be a blood stain or blood in there. Have you guys heard about this?
I have.
I
kind of feel like it's probably the same that's on the walls further down the hall. It's probably
yeah.
That's my assumption.
True.
Because we already know that Inez never lived there. She never herself there.
Well, just because it was in Inez's room doesn't mean that it was Inez.
Yeah, exactly.
It could have been somebody else.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that.
No, it makes sense. Absolutely.
But I have heard about it.
Yeah, I hadn't.
I kind of wish it was cheaper to do DNA testing and stuff because I would love
for real.
See if they can sequence any of that and tell if it's man or woman or approximate age or that'd be cool.
I will say for me, the parlor, I don't really get much in there.
No,
like I could consider that like a safe space or a base room as well, compared to like where that middle area is, the kitchen. But I feel like the kitchen has more activity than the freaking parlor room.
It does. That parlor, the only activity I've ever actually witnessed, besides when we did that Estes session where you guys were upstairs and
was
down there.
That was awesome, dude. Best Estes session I think I've ever done.
Whenever I first filmed there, we were setting up in that parlor room, and we just set our cameras in there, and we heard a voice from upstairs going, "Hello."
Yeah,
we're like, "What?"
Tell me about that.
Yeah. Ran over there. Didn't hear anything, said hello back, and then I started to walk away and heard hello again, but it was a little more fainter.
See, that's what I want. I want to experience, like, that's like my next big thing on the list of paranormal happenings, right? I want to experience something where
audible,
but it can't be, let's say there's 4 people on the investigation, but only 2 people or one other person's in the room with me and the other 2 are off somewhere else, or one other person's off somewhere else. Okay. It has to be where whoever is on that location is in the room with me for 1, validation purposes.
Yes.
For 2, we can outrule, like with you and Rick, where you both heard something outside and for a fact that it wasn't either one of you.
Well, we didn't know if it was outside.
Well, okay. You heard something.
We heard something. I thought there was a window up there. Apparently there was no windows because there's no windows in the attic.
So
with the directional microphone not picking it up as clear as the recorder sitting at the stairs, the stairs door was open. So the sound had to travel from the stairs.
Like what was
from
it?
downstairs.
I think it was at it was at Carpenter's, right? So during our last Carpenter's, I almost said episode, during our last Carpenter's Midwest Mystery Tour, we thought we heard your voice come through. I think it was the ghost box. We thought we heard your voice come through the ghost box. If you would have been in the room the moment that had happened, I could have immediately ruled out that it wasn't you. Now I do know for a fact that you didn't have the microphone, and I know it wasn't you, right? But to add validation to the story, if I were to hear someone's voice, but they were to hear it too, dude, like blow my mind. I want to hear audible so bad, as far as being in the room either with that person, or if it's just two of us, we're both in the same room and I can rule out that it was anybody else in the house.
Yeah.
Just, it's just one of those things that I don't think I've really ever experienced.
Yeah. I got asked a little funny story.
Yeah.
I got asked, I think it was Cassie that asked me about the episodes that I'll be filming, if there's going to be new locations or old ones. And I told her it'd be a mix, but so like I reached out to a bunch of places.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say this, like, because it's winter and it's going to be cold, I reached out to a bunch of hotels.
Nice.
Right? Because I can go there and investigate and stay in the warm. It's winter. Do the hotels first.
Yeah.
Smart idea. I know. But when I did that, one of the emails I got back that I booked, I thought it was a different place.
Oops.
And then today, that other place that I thought it was actually emailed me back, and then I had to go back over that email and make sure. I'm like, wait, what the? Oh, fuck.
Oops.
So, no worries. I'm still going to go investigate that one, but like,
it was just funny.
I had to go back and make sure I didn't call it a different location.
Got to keep track of that stuff, man.
Well, they both start with the same letters.
Oh. Oh.
They're very close together. Like,
yeah, that could see that being an issue.
Now you guys are gonna be like thinking, where the hell?
That's a clue for everybody.
I'll give you a clue. It's a new location.
Oh, are they both new locations?
I have never been to this location that I'm going to be at.
Not an answer.
19th.
This coming 19th.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. It's gonna be awesome. But I will say, I wasn't that cold at Garnett. I was not. It actually wasn't that bad. I think after putting up all the plastic and stuff like Justin had done, like, and there were, what was it?
Kerosene or propane heaters.
Well, but those were all downstairs.
Yeah, but the heat rises.
Well, I know, but I mean, even downstairs, it really wasn't even that bad when we weren't in one of the rooms. Like, it actually felt pretty nice in there. It circulated pretty well if it was the heaters, if it was the heat. But yeah, man, it was a great time. Had so much fun hanging out with Justin, Jason, Jess, Mitch. It's fun in the spirits. But
one of these days I'll get over there.
Yes,
at an inopportune time.
Yes. Well, and hopefully not the day of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not the day of. I know there's a date that's come up that's been planned. I didn't know if I was going to be able to or not because of this other location that I was booking.
Yeah.
So I can't because of, number one, since I'm booked for that week, I had to take time off from work for those days. So I've got to work these days and I can't just,
Yeah, just to skip work.
Yeah, right.
as if it was that simple.
I'm too important for that place.
I need to understand completely.
And it's about to be even more important because, things happen.
And people lose their jobs.
What? Yeah.
What? But I will say, expect some big things coming up here pretty soon. Dave's, like I said, he's got a lot of stuff going on. I'm super stoked. I can't wait to see, I can't wait to see what all you got going on with this new show, the new channel, the new team building exercises, and you're going to teach us all about during the episodes.
I'm going to be wearing spandex and a sweater.
Please, I don't know why. Just take a crash. Have you seen those crash test dummy onesie?
Yeah.
Just take one with you. Just
take one with me. Oh, yeah. I saw the coolest onesie.
Oh yeah,
that I've seen in a long time. It was the operation guy.
Oh, that's sick.
It was awesome.
Was nose already lit up and ready to get, like, was it on?
So the hood was his head.
Okay.
It had the nose on there, had the hair. It didn't light up or anything, but
Dumb.
all the body part things that you could sit there and, like, you couldn't pull the body parts out, but it was the pattern. You know, it was just cool. I was like, oh shit, I'd never seen this. So
Absolutely. No, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be great. But, you know, hey, we'll see. It's January. It's officially 2025, like what we just talked about earlier in the show. So many great things it's gonna be a great year, man. It's gonna be a fantastic year.
I can't promise that I'll be here Monday.
Everybody say a prayer for Dave. Make sure he's alive.
Something last minute might come up, so I'm saving some time there. But if I'm not here, we might go ahead and do the show, and I'll just do it from the location.
Oh, okay.
And I'll make you all guess where I'm at. And the winner will get my appraisal. Or
okay,
whatever. I don't give a shit. Appraisal.
You're gonna appraise a house? That's what you're doing.
I'm gonna tell you how much you're worth.
Oh yeah, that's a whole lot of nothing. I'm kidding. But it's gonna be good. I think it's funny though that, you know, you and I both were feeling the itch, right? Feeling that, like, and I told Jess and everybody else that, like, for me, when it comes to Christmas, not only did that fog help, that fog definitely helped, but man, with Christmas, I really enjoy the ghost story aspect of Christmas, like what we talk about. Yes. So for me, that just, like, you know, Halloween is a couple months before, and then we get loaded up on Thanksgiving, and then we have Christmas, right? Well, it's the reason for the season. And like you were saying, is that weather felt so much like fall. At that time, it really did. Like second Halloween, I was loving it. It was, and I was just like, and we had Friday the 13th also in December, so it was like, you have to watch Nightmare Before Christmas on Friday the 13th. You just have to in December. It makes sense. So I watched that. It got me in the mood for Halloween again, and I'm just like, man, I'm sad we have to go through winter, spring, summer. And then fall, yeah. Like, it's gonna be a long road, but guys, it's gonna be a long, great road. I can't wait to see what this year brings us.
Yeah, and before we go, I also want to throw a thank you to everybody that's helped out with the GoFundMe already, whether it was sharing, donating, or anything like that. You guys are wonderful people, great human beings. Love you all. Also, there's been people. Since I announced this, there's been a great resurgence of people literally blowing up my DMs, like wanting me to go to this place, and do these radio shows and interviews and conferences and stuff like that. So some of that stuff I'll be announcing later. But it's just been wonderful again, and a big part of it is because of Facebook. Yes, big middle fingers.
Careful, we're streaming to Facebook now.
I know. I didn't actually put up the middle fingers, but they finally unrestricted me, so I'm not restricted on Facebook.
Just anymore. Don't share any over the top memes. Okay?
I'm trying not to. I've got some doozies. I'll share.
I know you do. You can share it to me in the messenger, but you can't do it out in public.
Facebook already hates you, so exactly. You.
Barely on Facebook anymore.
But I do appreciate everybody that's helped out and supported the work that I do. So yes, big shout out to you guys. And can't wait to see where it goes. Also, if you want to follow me on Patreon, you can get some behind the scenes access, and you'll get to know where I'm going before anybody else. Yes. Things like that. You can go on there. You get stuff behind the scenes stuff for Ghosted. You can go on there, become a Patreon member, and yeah, I got some new stuff coming up for the Patreon members soon.
Freaking I can't wait to see that for everybody else, and for anybody joining us after the live stream, we do greatly appreciate you as well. Seriously, it means so much. We do know that Monday night at 8:00 is not an ideal time for everybody to listen, but yes, thank God that's why it's a podcast format where you can go back and listen / watch. So we do really, 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 really appreciate you guys watching after the fact, and we do know that that's what carries our numbers. So no big deal. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great year, and have a good one.
I just did the heart emoji.
I know you did.
Half a heart. Put it right there, Chuck.
I'm on the wrong side. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Get over here. Get in here, tiger. Oh, you Frenching?
I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful.
Whatever.